Good evening. Listen, welcome to Moments with Mama Sue. I'm so glad that you are here. Every time that we get to connect is a good day. I will tell the world that because every day is a brand new adventure. The Bible says that God gives us brand new mercies every day. And I tell you what, I am glad about that because I need some new mercies. I don't know about you, but I need some new mercies every day. And I'm grateful to the Lord for providing that to me. And I am so excited that you are here. Listen, before we get in too deep, would you do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe, like, share this so that others can join us. That's what we want in order to grow this audience. We need you to like it. We need you to subscribe. And having you along for the journey means everything. I want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching in real time. And then I want to say a special hello and thank you to all of those who may be watching the replay or see it at a later time. That's still so valid and it counts so much. Most especially to the WJIL.today listeners who tune in on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays via WJIL.today on Gospel Radio, Roku, and Fire Stick TV. Listen, I just recently got turned on to a Fire Stick. And it's something special. So I like the fact that you get to make choices, whether it's right now or if it's later, for those of you who are watching. And please do me a favor. If you are watching on whatever platform, whether you're watching via WJIL.today, or if you're watching me from YouTube or from Facebook or from LinkedIn, I would appreciate it if you would just go ahead and send me a message, hit me in my DM and let me know how you are enjoying Moments with Mama Sue. We've been on the air broadcasting for over 6 years, and I really value the interaction and the engagement from you. So if you will let me know, tell me, say, Mama Sue, love the curls, Mama Sue. Love the new things you're doing. I love the topic of presentation. I really enjoyed the guests that you had, whatever the case may be, because your interaction helps me to determine how I can do more and how I can do better. And of course, I want you to follow along with me because that having you along for the journey means everything. And I know some of you are following because you come in on lives that I'm doing in other spaces and other places. For example, on tomorrow, I will be at the Southeast Senior Center, 1803 Indiana, here in Midland, Texas, and you're invited. If you're in the area, come by and sing with us. If you're a senior citizen, that center is one of the places that is considered our happy place, okay? Because we are doing fun things over there. They, of course, have arts and crafts, all of those kinds of things. But beyond that, it's just the fellowship and the opportunity to have meaningful conversations and time to catch up, have a cup of coffee and spend some time conversing with a friend and just have a laid back good old time. On the first and third Tuesday of every month is when I'm there so that we can have a sing along. And it is the best time ever. So I invite you to come along and join me. Please be there. So tomorrow, if you can't join us in person, then please join us virtually. You can tune in on my Facebook page, Mama Sue Roseberry, around 10:30-ish. That's when I will be on. And I always show the seniors singing. And listen, we have a good time. We sing until times get better. So I invite you to join us for that. The other thing I want to invite you to do is, of course, go to my website at www.sueroseberry.com and make sure you're connected. Make sure that you're connected because so many of the platforms and means of connection that we have, those are operated by others who give us an opportunity to share what we think and feel and enjoy. But you never know how things go. And just in the event that we're ever moved away from those platforms for some reason, whatever it may be, then I want the opportunity to stay connected to my family, to Mama Sue's family. So please do that. Social media calls you followers. I call you family. So go there and make sure you're connected. It's a wonderful place to make sure that we have connection, a place of our own. And when you go there, you'll see that there's all kinds of information about me. And there's an opportunity for you to become part of Mama's family. And you can see there's a login. If you are a paying subscriber, then there are some benefits that are on the platform. But it's also a place where you can connect for free and I can stay in touch with you. We can have information to share, our newsletter. There's a blog on there and just all kinds of things, ways for me to connect with you. And I appreciate having my family. I appreciate having my family to be connected with me. So please do that. Go there to www.sueroseberry.com and make sure that you are a subscriber and you are connected. Well, I will tell you that if you are following along with me, you know that there's a time in every month, usually according to our new formatting, that I get an opportunity to share with you and give you something that's on my heart. So today, I'm going to do that. And it's going to be, what you think, Mama Sue? What are you thinking? And I'm going to be sharing that right after this.
It's beyond entertainment. It's an experience. Book Mama Sue Roseberry today.
And it's worthy. Woo! He's a great God. Were you clapping your hands? Were you blessing the Lord? Were you lifting him up? Did you get your dance on? Did you get your praise in? Did you go woo! Get you a roll up for he's a great God because he is. Yes, he is. And even when I hear that, even though it's a song that the Lord created through me, I'm still just so blessed by that affirmation to tell the world that he is a great God. And one of the things that he does is give us an opportunity to be able to bless him. So tonight, I am going to be talking about the topic from my thoughts from the heart. This is a perpetual calendar that the Lord let me create. This is it, Thoughts from the Heart, daily thoughts and inspirational quotes from Mama Sue Roseberry. And I put them out there periodically, and I call them Mama Sueisms because it simply means that I am sharing something that was downloaded to me. So it's original. It's original. The Lord gave it to me. I can't claim any real credit for it because it's all by inspiration of the Lord. But this is coming from thoughts from the heart. And for today, this is the inspired subject matter. And it is simply saying, you cannot be a winner with a loser's mentality. I wish somebody would put that in the chat. Put it in the chat. You cannot be a winner with a loser's mentality. I can say it for myself. Mama Sue, you cannot be a winner with a loser's mentality. Now, why do you think that's important? It's important because the place where we are defeated is right here. It's right here. As a man thinketh, so is he. If you believe you are defeated, you're defeated. If you believe you cannot achieve, you cannot achieve. If you think that you're not worth anything, this is where the battle is won. It is in our mindset. And that is why you can't win if you think you're a loser, if you have a loser's mentality. Now, I'm going to tell you, nobody wins all the time. But winning is definitely something that is a matter of opinion by of a lot of measurements. Because even when you quote unquote win, sometimes you don't win in certain areas. By that I mean that if you lose the race, did you still gain something that was valuable? Chances are you did. And so that doesn't really make you a loser. It makes you a participant. You may not have won the maximum prize, but you still gained something that was of great benefit and value. That's kind of how I felt when I participated in Sunday Best. That year was 2011, a number of years ago. And I was reluctant initially to even go. But there was a friend of mine here in the city of Midland who just reached out to me and sent me an email. I had attended church with her, and she just reached out to me and sent me an email and said, have you considered being on Sunday Best? You should go audition. Her name, Evelyn Dixon. I'll mention it because some of you know her. Evelyn said, why don't you go audition? And I hadn't even thought about it. I had never watched the show. It had been on for 4 seasons or 3 seasons previously. I didn't watch the show because every time the show came on, I was always going to evening Bible study on Sunday evening that we call YPWW. So I was there. I didn't get to watch the show. I didn't have a VCR, and had I had one, I didn't know how to program, none of those kind of things. So it was just beyond the scope of my even understanding what it was all about. But something about her urging triggered something within me. I was 55 at the time, and I thought about it, and I said, well, I don't know, because I don't want to go to some kind of competition where they're going to tell me I'm not anointed, or I don't have the oil of the Lord on my gift, or that I'm just not good. But if you don't ever try, you will never know what you are capable of. And I know that many things that we attempt in this life are subjective. Subjective to who? To some people who we consider to be experts in the arena, and their outlook, their opinion makes them the ones who get to quote unquote judge and make a decision or a determination. So all of those things go on. And within my heart, I had been singing for years. I told you I was 55, so I hadn't just started. But there was something on the inside that was pulling at me saying, well, what if they don't think you're good enough? What if all the people that you sing for, that you've been around, what if they don't think your gift is necessarily something worth sharing with the masses? What if you really don't sound that good? What if people laugh? I'm just telling you what the mindset is. What if what you offer is considered to be less than what you think it is? And all these years, people have just been kind and cordial, and it hasn't really accomplished what you think it has. What if you just aren't all that good? And now it's going to be broadcast to millions or countless individuals who will know that you just don't have it. You don't have it. So all of those thoughts go on in your mind. You'll say, Mama Sue, but you seem to be so confident. I don't care. The most confident person still has some level within themselves of having to defeat the what if monster, and some level of insecurity that they have had to combat to get to wherever it is that they want to go. And that's why community and a village is so important, because having others to believe in you, even sometimes when you don't believe in yourself, can be so important. So this stayed on my mind for a considerable amount of time. And eventually I started looking into it kind of in earnest. I started searching and doing the research. Where did one go if one was interested in auditioning? What do you have to do? What's involved? That kind of thing. And where are the auditions going to take place? So I did all of that, and eventually found out that the auditions were going to be held in three major places. It was going to be Dallas, Texas, it was going to be Los Angeles, California, and it was going to be Atlanta, Georgia. Well, Dallas, of course, was the closest to Midland America, but I had something else going on. On that day of the auditions, I couldn't make it. There was another audition that was going to take place in Los Angeles. Well, maybe I'd go ahead and make the investment to buy a ticket and go give it a try. And I talked myself into doing that. But then something else came up that was going to preempt my being able to make that audition. Finally, I decided, well, maybe I'll go to Atlanta. I had something going on that same weekend, believe it or not, because it's always busy work. If you're at church, you're busy. You're not going to be in church and involved and not have something to do. So I thought, well, I could go try to audition, but I couldn't catch a flight that would get me there and back. So my only alternative was maybe to drive. And who did I want to drive along with me? I didn't even really per se tell my family that I was going to audition, because I didn't want them to say, oh yeah, mama, and want to go along. This was such, because I was still nurturing this kind of little insecurity about what I was going to do. But my friend for life, my sister friend, Pat, agreed to go along with me. And again, that's why it's important to have people who nurture what's in you and believe in you. Sometimes, even when you don't believe in yourself. She agreed, I'll go with you. I'll make that long drive with you. It was a 21-hour drive straight through to get to Atlanta. And we left, I believe, a Thursday evening to get there for a Friday to go for the audition on a Saturday. Drove all the way through, drove through the night, and ended up getting there early in the morning, finding a hotel, crashing out, then going to find the location. And that's a whole other story. I'll talk about that in context. But what I'm trying to get to in this particular discourse is to let you know that even when you want to do something positive, you're going to have to overcome the battles and the obstacles that are right here, that are in your own mind. Nobody else had ever said to me, "You're not good." Nobody else had ever said, "You may not be considered a great vocalist." Nobody ever said any of those things to me. But I had it still in my own mind. Fast forward, we get into the competition and they select me to make it and to move forward. Well, then after that, every week is a tryout, so to speak, where you are being judged whether or not you get to continue or stay, and on and on and on. Long story short, I ended up making it into the top five of that contest. I believe maybe four before I got bounced out of the competition. So I did not win the main objective for that season. But what I won in that competition was invaluable. And it has stayed with me from that time until this. And that is having a winning mentality. Whatever it is you are going to do, whatever it is you're going to attempt, know that what you are going to accomplish is going to be worthy of the effort. It's going to be worthy of the effort that you put into it, that you invest in even attempting it. And even if you don't come away with what those who are selected to make a determination would consider to be a win, you still did something that was worthy of a win. And guess what? You won. Even within yourself, you won something that was valuable. Because if you do not push forward to attempt, then you lose. If you don't even try, you lose out of the gate because you didn't even attempt. You didn't even give it a try. Here's the scripture basis for what we're talking about today. It's found in Philippians 4 and verse 13. I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. I can do all things through Christ. He's the one that strengthens me. And even if I fall short of what some individuals consider to be the pinnacle, the win, the success story, I already won when I have pushed myself to do something that I was challenged to do. When I attempted, I'm going to come back with a recap about all that in just one moment, right after this. Advertise with us and let Mama Sue's family know what you've got going on. Email us at msroscbe2@gmail.com. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, what are you talking about, Mama Sue? I'm talking about the fact that you are able to do great things if you believe you can. You can do it. You can achieve it. You can accomplish anything that you believe that you can. And in the process, you're learning. In the process, you're learning. There is no failure. There are only lessons. There are lessons that we are able to grow by. Every attempt is another opportunity to get stronger, better, wiser. Yes. And that is exactly what we are doing. That is what we are doing. So I don't ever want you to feel like what you're doing is not valid, it's not important, because what you should know is that you can do it by the help of the Lord, who is going to be the one to strengthen you. Well, that's what I got for today. I wanted to just drop that little nugget of wisdom. And if there is something that has been challenging you and it won't leave you alone, it won't leave you alone. You keep thinking about it, keep trying to wrestle with it, then perhaps you should begin to defeat those inner voices, all of that inner dialogue that's going on that's telling you that you cannot. Because if God brings you to it, He's able to get you through it. And you may realize that you are capable of so much more than you ever dreamed or thought possible if you will just only make the attempt to do that. I want you to know I love you. I want you to know I believe in you. And I thank you for believing in me. We're a family. And I want you to know that community means that we encourage, support, and rally around one another to do great things in this life. That's what family is for. That's what community is all about. And I thank you for being part of Mama Sue's family. And if the Lord delays his coming, I will look forward to the next broadcast on the first Monday of the month of June. Oh my goodness. Hard to believe we've already gotten through half of 2026, but we have. And I'll see you when next we meet. Love you. Bye bye.